Welcome back to the Furiosa.Podcast. It's your host, Kata. Look, I sound so different. Look, with the bass. This is with bass. See, so I just realized, with the bass, I sound, you see, monotone. And then I removed the bass and my voice, you can hear my voice a little bit better. So I prefer without the bass. Now, I realized, real eyes. No, I'm bugging. Okay, hold on. I have my cup of hot cocoa. It's warm and delicious. I'm on a roll. I've been drinking hot cocoa this whole week. So, on this episode, we're going to be talking about emotional maturity, and we're also going to talk about Tell Me Lies Season 3. We're going to be talking about Traitors Season 4, a movie that I recently watched. The movie is called Helter Skelter. It's a horror slash drama movie. It came out in 2012. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it at the very end. It reminds me of the Substance movie with Demi Moore. Both of those movies are really good, but Helter Skelter is fucking crazy. Crazy. Oh, and another thing, I was like, this podcast is missing something. What is it missing? It has a little intro, but I think I want to change the intro a bit. I think I want a more crazy intro. And we definitely need an outro. The snowstorm is crazy. All I could think about was the poor birdies, squirrels, cats outside, even the homeless people outside right now. It is freezing. Not only is it freezing, the winds are insane. Even from one direction, it just felt like it was coming from all directions. I felt so bad for the birds. I put out hot water for them. It didn't even take 30 minutes, or not even 30 minutes. That bowl turned to ice water so fast. I had to change it out again. I've been changing it out throughout the whole day. And I built a shelter for the birds. I wanted to talk on emotional maturity. Everybody is not 100% mature, but we all have levels, right? People mature off experience and the knowledge that they have. Maturity isn't something you age into, it's something you develop. You can develop it throughout the years, or you can develop it through experience. Okay, for instance, an only child is going to have the experience of them being the only child. For me, I was blessed with two older sisters. Not only did I have the mother and the father, I had my two older sisters guiding me, and I would learn off them and off their mistakes. So that gives me an experience, right? It gives me that extra level of maturity where it's I can take it to their level because I was taught by them. Even you can learn off your mother and father, even your grandparents. People who live with their grandparents are much wiser than people who just live with their parents. I believe that because some grandparents, they hold a lot of wisdom, and if they are the type to communicate with the younger generation looking out for you, then you're definitely going to have that extra level of emotional maturity just because you learn off them. So if you want to learn that, yeah, it's the experiences that make you, right? And it's not your age, because not everybody is going to be in the same mind state as you. Other people are at different mind states. So when you know that other people are in different mind states, not even just because you're the same age as somebody does not mean they're going to be as mature as you. or have, the same experiences as you. Some people lack in some places, and in other places they are even higher than me. In other places, like, I might not know some things as well that they could teach me. We're going to talk about emotionally immature people and emotionally mature. Emotionally mature person relies on self-study, reflection, and accountability. Books, therapy, observation, pattern recognition. We're going down the list, by the way. So, another thing mature people do, each life stage has a different emotional task for each life stage of their life. Just like in school, we have stages in school, levels. We have levels as we age. You're like, we got the first grade, second grade, third grade, fifth grade, like that, right? A lot of people are like, no, age is just a number, but age is not just a number. There's a part of those people that, like, you don't want to get older. There is that younger self of you, different stages in your life, and if you stay stuck, you're not growing mentally. You're staying stunted, and you're choosing to stay stunted. There's this thing called cognitive dissonance. Is the mental discomfort experienced when holding two or more contradictory beliefs and your behaviors conflict with your beliefs. Many people are in a state of cognitive dissonance without even knowing that their, belief system is fucked up. And that affects your behavior, affects your emotions, attitudes, and beliefs. But you should be aware definitely of the stages in your life and what comes with those stages. People mature at different stages of their life, so it's all mental. It's truly all mental. Emotionally mature person has an internal value system. Emotionally mature people don't rewrite reality to protect their ego. They take reality for what it is. An immature person copes by creating false narratives. They like to feed themselves stories that are not true. Most of the times it's the cognitive dissonance that they're feeding themselves. Since they're unaware, this is why this podcast is good, because then you understand it eventually. Emotional mature person reflects off their past to be better. They usually change, they evolve, have growth without distortion. Emotionally mature person builds a stable identity, learning. They live through principles, they live through experiences, learning off past experiences, have their own likes, their own personality, not a copy, an original. They are actually very present within themselves. A emotionally mature person regulates emotions before responding, chooses long-term dignity over short-term relief. That I had that flaw in the past. I used to have that flaw. The flaw was the overreacting. It was because people would want to trigger, pull the trigger. People would want to trigger me, and then when I pull the trigger, then they act like the victim. But once you're more aware, reacting or whatever is just fueling the person that wants to trigger you.
Stop it. Get some help.
The best thing to do is just take note when they try to trigger you and know them and why they move the way they do. Majority of the time, they just want your attention. Emotionally mature person regulates emotions. There you go. Boom. I think I did that good, right? Because I just stated how to move. Before responding, emotionally immature person blames circumstances, timing, or other people. That's an emotionally immature person. They're gonna blame everybody but themselves. A mature person emotionally owns outcomes, adjusts behaviors accordingly, and if they do something, they take accountability. I think I'm pretty good at that too. Unless the person triggers me or whatever, then that situation was called for, but still. Okay, we're on the last one. An emotional, immature person resists growth because change threatens their identity. And an emotionally mature person understands that learning late is still a choice and refusing to learn is also a choice. I think better late than never, but still, like, get on that. For me, I rather learn early. Emotional maturity is internal. We're on the very last thing. Emotional immaturity focuses on. We're just gonna skip that one. We're gonna skip that one because that one was a little bit. It wasn't good enough for the list. Yes, it was good for the list, but I feel like it's gonna hurt some people, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody. If you have access to information, books, and self awareness, and you still choose dysfunction, that's not ignorance, that's a decision. I think we should all want to learn as we get older. We should all want to know thyself. Just because you're emotionally mature does not mean that you have to be a serious person, or you can still crack jokes. You can still, laugh even at jokes, even, people younger or older. It's just knowing that difference. And if you have that certain flaws, you're gonna know how to fix them if you want to. Okay, so switch gears. Now let's talk about two shows that are dominating pop culture 2026. I'm like, January is such a good month because these two shows came out. Let's discuss Traitors season 4.
Backstabbing, betrayal, and murder. A twisted new season of the Traitors is finally here.
So this show, Traitors season 4, is amazing. I think I say that for all my reviews. I feel like this is amazing. It was good. We gotta say a little more details, girl. Okay, it was fantastic. Could you be any more vague? No, I'd be saying words like that because I don't want to give no spoilers. So I don't want to give no spoilers. But I will say this: like, I have not watched any other seasons of the Traitors. I remember back in the day, I saw first season for the UK version, and I didn't even know there was an American version up until now. And the only reason I found out was because Rob from Love Island is on the show. That's how I found out. I was like, oh snap, Rob Rosh or something. I forgot his last name. Whatever. You guys are gonna know who Rob is, okay? He's the eye candy. And Lisa Renna from Housewives. The reason why I decided to watch it. This show is so good because it's like what's the game, Clue? What can I say? It's a similar to a game I used to play when I was younger, where you had to. It's like Among Us basically, but that's not the game I'm referring to. I'm trying to remember the game. It was a board game. It was like little pictures of people, and you had to guess. Guess who was the bad people and whatnot. So this is similar. If I get it, I'll put it in the podcast.
Clue: how to play. The object of the game is to be the first player to figure out who committed the crime, with what weapon, and in what location.
Basically, you have the faithfuls and then you have the traitors. They all go to live in a castle. They're not really living in the castle, I found out. The end of the day, they all take a bus ride back to hotels, but for production and filming, they do film in the castle. So, in this game show, game reality show, you have the faithfuls, which is all the good people, right? And there's going to be more faithfuls than traitors. And then you have the traitors. And the traitors is only going to be 3 to 4 people majority of the time. It's 3 to 4 people. In this season, it was 5. No, it was in this season it was 4 traitors, and it was a mystery traitor. Majority of the seasons, you are aware of the traitors, and in this season, it was 3 traitors you were aware of. You know who got picked, and then it was a secret traitor that nobody knew who was the secret traitor. Nobody except the host, Alan Cumming. Oh my God, is he related to Whitney Cumming? I don't think he's related. Cast for season 4, name a couple of them. We got Donna Kelsey, the mother of Travis Kelsey. We got Lisa Rinna, Portia Williams, Candace Dillard, Dorinda Medley. There was a lot of housewives. Caroline Stanbury, Rob Sesternino, and everybody else. Because there's too many to name. 23 people altogether. I'm not about to call out attendance. I don't know. Let's discuss. Okay, so you guys have to watch this. If you have not watched this reality TV show, I think this might even get you into the series, because after I've watched this season hasn't even finished yet, and it's good. Rob Roche is playing an amazing game. He is playing the game good. I think he would play it the way I would play it. That's how strategic he is, where I'm like, round of applause. Lisa Rinna, I think she was playing the game okay. I feel like I would be able to read her. Like, you can tell when somebody's overdoing it. In some parts, I felt like she was overdoing some parts, like overly nice. Or that it was overly, where you could read into that a little bit. Okay, so Candace Dillard playing the game good. You guys are gonna enjoy this season. If I am enjoying this, you guys are gonna for sure enjoy this, and I'm not the only one. I think it's everybody. Plus, we have our eye candy, Rob Roche, eye candy for all the girlies. And if you want eye candy for the boys, it would be, what's her name? Mara Higgins from Love Island too. I think she's a sweetheart. She's a little sweetheart. She had a little accent. She's either UK or Ireland. We have to discuss this. Portia. This is for the people that have seen the show, okay? So skip at least 5 minutes. Okay, so Portia Williams. When she started speaking like if she was a traitor. I think it was episode 2 and 3. Ron caught her miswording herself. Everybody else caught her miswording herself, and she made me think that she was the secret traitor. She misworded herself like 2, 3 times, and people heard her, but especially Ron Funches. So that's why in the round table he called her out, and it ended up she was a faithful. Unbelievable. Episode 6, them taking out Ron Funches. It was like, damn. The one that I wanted to go was Colton. Like, I didn't feel any type of way for Colton. He was new to me. I never seen The Bachelor. I didn't know of his history, but apparently he has super bad history. So many things that people are bringing up his past skeletons and like going against him like crazy. The first episodes he was nice and everything, but now you're seeing his true, the way he came at Lisa, the way he came at her, the way he came at, who else? Ron, the way he came at Michael, even though Michael wasn't too amusing for me either. I think Colton should have definitely left, but everybody sided with Colton and they took out Ron. The thing is that they keep taking out the faithfuls. We're still in the spoilers, so skip forward if you haven't seen. They took out poor Ron. They isolated him in this episode 6. They isolated him. He was eating by himself. I get it, it's a game show. But the way they isolated him was just sad. You don't know who to believe. This is why I do love the show, because it's like you get to see into people's minds. You get to see how they think. Like everybody not thinking Rob Roche isn't a traitor. you. I'm telling you, he's the best one. The thing that had me off guard was he voted one of his own teammates. I was like, that's crazy. But I understand why, because he has that connection with Colton and he has that connection with Ron. So if he was to vote either one of them, it would have made everybody question. Even though he's a traitor, he acts like a faithful. I'm ready for episode 7 because episode 7 we have the banquet. You guys have to watch the show. It is crazy. The way all of the faithfuls are paranoid with themselves, like the way they have taken out their own teammates, and like they're 100% saying like, I'm certain it's Portia, I'm certain it's Ron, I'm certain it's Tiffany. Oh my goodness. It's so funny how they're going against each other and then they're like thinking they're 100%. Okay, so I want to do some predictions. Who's the next person to go? I hope the next person to go is Colton. Sorry, Colton. I liked you up until episode 4. No, Colton. What is this I'm hearing? I don't want to judge a show harshly because if I was in that game show, how would I act? I don't know. I think I would be very dead silent. But then people question why you're so silent too. Like Ron, only time he spoke was at the table. He talks so calmly. I know I could talk calmly, you guys. I could talk like how Ron talks, like super calmly. He wasn't like attacking anybody until it was the table time. He got a little bit. But because he actually had proof of why he believed certain people were, the traitors, even though he got it wrong, he still had like proof to show a little bit. I think the next person to go is Colton. But Colton, even if he leaves, he's gonna end up saying Lisa's name regardless. He's been coming for Lisa now like crazy. So if I was Lisa, I would think like, if I don't take him out, he's gonna keep coming for me. And if I take him out, he's still gonna come for me. I would be like, okay, we gotta take his ass out, no matter what. Because regardless, he's coming for me. That's how I would think if I was Lisa. But we don't know. In this game, you definitely need to be emotionally intelligent. Okay, we're gonna discuss Tell Me Lies. Tell Me Lies season 3.
Lies, tell me lies, baby, tell me how you hate me.
Okay, so Tell Me Lies. Tell Me Lies with Grace Van Patten, Jackson White, Catherine Mistel, Alicia Croward. Again, we're not gonna name all of them. And they play their roles: Lucy,
Steven,
Bree, Diana Oliver, so on, so on, so on. These are the main. I enjoyed season 1 and season 2. I watched season 1 when it first came out, season 2, and we've been waiting for season 3. We finally got it. Season 3 is not my favorite season. Hopefully something crazy happens, because so far the same thing is happening as season 2 and season 1. No, the same thing is happening as season 1. We're not going to do spoilers. No, we are going to do a little bit of spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, skip forward.
Steven,
Being a douchebag to Lucy, and Lucy is taking it. It's like, damn, what the hell? I thought we knew better, Lucy. She stopped taking it around 3rd episode, but then she allowed him to make that tape of her. I was like, girl, what are you doing? She allowed that. It's just like, I don't know, what is wrong with Lucy? Clearly something's wrong. No, and when they put the time of the wedding, you can tell like he was over it a little bit. When Stefan or Steven, it's not Steven, Stefan. When he walked up to her in the wedding, he was surprised that she wasn't affected because he's with her friend. She was like, I already know how you are. That's how you're always going to be with everybody. Anybody he's with is going to be the same freaking pattern. She knows in the future terms, but in the past terms, when they're showing the past, they're just showing her being so naive and like taking up his BS. And then we have Bree. We don't know if Bree is gonna get with Wrigley or if she got with Wrigley. Clips of them her dancing with Evan as the bride and Wrigley just watching. Wrigley calling her phone. Definitely, they did something. They haven't shown it yet, but they definitely did something. I like the show, even though it's a toxic ass show. And then who's the new guy? Alex Breeze. His actual name, Costa D'Angelo. He's like toxic himself, but Lucy is having a rebound. Lucy's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a rebound. I think we're all enjoying because we all want to see what's gonna happen next. And now we're so involved with the characters. If you haven't seen the show, watch it. I'm sorry for the spoilers, but like, we're on the third season already. If that's what I said. Like, I'm gonna talk about the third season. But if you haven't watched it, like, trust me, you'll forget what I said. And it's a good show. You should definitely watch it. We're also seeing how each character, how they're developing, growing in their own way. Bree is not the same person as season 2. She has grown. She's cut her hair. We're seeing how
Steven
claimed to change, and no, he's still a manipulator and enabler. So yeah, the illusion of growth. So I enjoy that show. It's good. It's toxic, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I enjoy it. I think all of us do. We like a little drama. Okay, so we're up to the movie Helter Skelter. I'm not gonna talk about the movie The Substance. If you haven't seen The Substance with Demi Moore, watch The Substance with Demi Moore. It's really, really good. It's basically, yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it. Just search it up. It's good. But I can tell you, Helter Skelter reminds me of The Substance a little bit. I'll discuss Helter Skelter. It's a Japanese movie and it's about a model. The model gets a bunch of surgeries to look good for her photo shoots and everything. She's like one of the most famous models where she lives. Yeah, she's like Japanese, I think. The language is Japanese. But yeah, so we have this model named Liliko. And Liliko gets a bunch of surgeries because that's their thing over there in Tokyo, Japan, all of those Asian. They're known for getting cosmetic work because they say like beauty sells, beauty sells, and it's true. It's sadly true. This is how society works. She's doing it so much to the point where like her own skin starts rotting away. And the movie is just insane. I would say don't watch it with your parents. Definitely don't watch it with your parents. I think it's a dolo movie because there's a lot of just a lot of sexual scenes and weird ass scenes in the movie. I'm gonna state that up front. It's a whole lot of like crazy. Like Liliko is truly freaking crazy. But it's so sad what she goes through. But she's the one that puts herself in that position. It basically shows like her life. She's a little cray cray, a little too cray cray. But it shows like the standards of beauty and how society works. Not many times, like the majority of the time. That's why The Substance, it reminded me of The Substance and the visual. I don't know who the director is, but like the visuals were crazy good. Where she lived, like her apartment, the aesthetics is like crazy good. I liked everything of the movie. It was good. Even though it was a crazy one, it's psychological where you see her and you just towards the end of the movie you feel bad for her, but she was nuts. But you do feel bad for her. And the same with The Substance. It's like it's what society puts on people, that they feel the need to have surgery, feel younger, and yada yada blah da. You guys definitely have to watch that movie. Watch it dolo. If you want, watch it with friends, but it's gonna be a little awkward. Not gonna lie. It's gonna be a little. I think in the next episode, I want to discuss. In the next episode, I want to discuss lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming, and it'll be a surprise topic. A surprise topic. So far I've talked about shows because I'm into pop culture. We can discuss books, but we'll see. For now, it's gonna be I am certain we're gonna talk about lucid dreams. But that's it for this episode. I don't know if I said it in the beginning. In this snowstorm or chilly weather, I hope everybody is staying warm in their homes. And if you see any animals and stray animals outside, give them something to eat or warm shelter. Even people outside, or you can give a jacket or something. If you see a homeless person outside, call 311. That's how cold it's gotten. Seriously, that's how cold it's gotten. So imagine the animals that can't even fend for themselves. I feel even the people either. So try to help somebody if you have the needs to. If you don't feel obligated. But if you do have it, to even build a shelter for them or something, water, any warm water, any little thing helps, because you wouldn't want to be in their predicament. But yeah, I built a shelter. They're gonna be Gucci tomorrow at least. Today I did all I could, giving food and warm water. That's gonna be it for now, kitties. Kitties. Follow me. Follow me, and I'll see you on the next episode. Stay happy and stay untouchable.